Oh, yes, that's right. Klimont Voroshilov one tank, ready for deployment, comrade. Seeking is the Soviets. He's 2-0 down, but what better than a player playing as the Soviet faction to make a staunch resistance? It was this time, 70-odd years ago, that the Russians were doing the very same as the Germans were on the gates of Moscow. And they pushed back, and Seeking needs to do that right now because he's 2-0 down against a player that seemingly knows no bounds to his dominance, Ed.
Yeah, it is the big bad Isildur. He's been waffle stomping through 2-0 with the score you see on your screen. And it wasn't quite as easy as you may have thought. Game 1 was definitely nip and tuck 50-50, but Game 2 he was just on sublime form, powered through Seeking. And he's back on his famed OKW map.
Oh gosh, that's a staunch task. So the map is Bocage, designed by K-Pen and aided by some veteran community members, etc. It's a very good map. It was always a wide open map, very liked by the Korean players actually. They were players like aecohmatt were big fans of this when it's first being designed, and as it is an auto match right now, it's got a great hedge formation that really splits the map up well and allows some good flanking of those support weapons that used to dominate it entirely in tournaments when it first came out a year ago.
Yeah,
so,
I really like the snowy version of it, made by our community's favorite snowflake K-Pen. And yeah, it's just, I don't know what it is about these snowy versions of the maps, but it's a very welcome change. They look ace.
They do look like ace until like 40 minutes in and it's all black and sludge. But just like that snow when it first falls and you look out your window as a bright-eyed schoolboy, it's fantastic. 2 weeks in, when you're getting an iceberg to the face by the school bully and it's made of sludge and, you know, discarded fag ends.
So long as it's not yellow snow, you'd be out. So we see some conscripts try and push off. So Seeking's going for the cons build, and instead of 3 cons into double combat engineers that we've normally seen from players, it's the good old 4 cons of doom.
Oh yes, 1 con, ha ha ha, 2, 3, and 4, all making their way onto the battlefield right now. Meanwhile, we've got Stern Pioneers with an early Minesweeper. That's interesting. Maybe he saw something we didn't as we were doing impressions of Sesame Street, etc.
Well, he's been practicing his melee kill skills, you know, he's building towards it on a quest, so he's got the Minesweeper out to donk a conscript on the head, get that extra swag point kill for Isildur. But we're going to see a 4th Volk in the build for him. The 2nd engineer is coming out for Seeking, so it is game on, and a lot of infantry to spread across this wide, vast map.
I just have a feeling that Seeking's going to pull off something special here. I feel like, you know, he's at Helm's Deep right now, and Isildur is a vast swathe of Urukai, and they're at the gates. Where was Gondor when we needed it, Ed? Maybe Gondor will be some cheeky guard squads and a KV-1.
But the West Wall's going to fall if he doesn't get on the point, and he does not. Indeed, Isildur gets cut off by the cons. Bit lazy movement there. Could have moved back into his green cover position a bit quicker, but it's going to be slightly less fuel just for Isildur. Does make the conscripts pay with a few model drops though on the way home, just for good measure.
Combat engineers in light cover here as the folks grenadiers pay them no heed. More of the buggers join, but they just about pop a Rock 9 flamethrower, which is certainly going to help out. And they're going to burn the folks down from inside the house. Conscripts pushed away in the centre. That's vital. Look at these units massed. There's the cutoff. There's the threat.
Yeah, when you see OKW picked and a lot of Volks churned out, you know it's going to be rushed towards cut-off gaming. And Isildur doing that once again perfectly with double fuel now going his way. Just got cut off then, but that'll mean a very fast flak half track should he go that way.
It's going to be punishing. He needs these conscripts back and full ready. That's why they weren't on the battlefield. The field infirmary. For now, 200 manpower was constructed. Just getting them healed. So he's going to defend. He's got his fuel. He's got his cut-off, and he's just now getting the munitions cut-off. Meanwhile, he's pushing for this victory point. Thinks better of it thanks to the tractor defended Folks Grenadiers.
It suggests he's seeking backed away from his original choice of going against Isildur's OKW with USF, and he did lock in Soviet this game. What do you think that is, Matt? Like a bit of a mental victory there for Isildur, or seeking just trying to hashtag adapt?
All I know, Ed, is this is my 6th game of the day, and I was just drinking whiskey. And I know you asked me a question.
Should be seen, but not heard.
I know you asked me a question. I won't be so rude as to say indeed or pretend I was listening, because I couldn't. I was multitasking. But anyway,
all I've said is there's no USF pick from Seeking. Could have been a bit of nerves or just trying to mix things up, as Isildur showed such prowess with his OKW earlier, even against Seeking's mighty USF. But it did, in fact, opt for the combined arms and slapsticks commander, which could bring in some guards and cause OKW some trouble until they get a...
I think you're exactly right, Ed. It's nerves. Soviets, for me, are the fallback plan. You're no longer on the front foot. You want to go on the back foot. You want to drag your opponent into a late-game struggle. Try and outlast him. Try and find what he's got, because he's certainly got better aggression than you. And USF are all about aggression. Soviets are about defense in 1 versus 1 at the elite level. So let's see if he can outlast Isildur and drag him into that deep water, just as Muhammad Ali used to do. He used to drag you into deep waters and see if you could survive against him.
Yeah, going for the death by 1,000 cuts mentality that is maybe Seeking as this. Oof, the flak half-track does pick off a couple of models of that Flamethrower Pioneer. They hit Vet 2, so you really want to keep them alive. Seeking gets them out in time. Good early retreat there from him. And it's a flak half-track into MG34, so he knows the Vaketten's not needed just yet. Seeking hasn't done any tech, but good read here from Isildur, putting that pressure on with 2 suppression platforms early game. And Seeking's going to have to really come out swinging against this one and try and push towards a fast T70.
I thought he sent that guy out with 5 soldiers because he didn't have time and he needed to defend the cutoff. But Isildur's giving him a little bit of space to breathe here. I think he could have pushed this cutoff a little bit better. And for gosh sake, I am not criticising the best player in the world. Don't get me wrong. But I just feel he could have gotten that cutoff. That's all I'm saying. And he's let Seeking breathe a little bit here. He's let him build the Zis gun, and he's let him get back onto the map.
But that's classic Isildur and classic smooth brain from us, Matt. He's always setting up the next move. If it's not on, he doesn't commit anything, even if it's a slight loss of manpower. And that's why he's become so efficient, I think, of this game. He weighs things up so quickly in his mind that risk and opportunity cost of his movements, and deals the movement so better. And here we go. He's now set up, instead of going through those cutoffs, he's set up on the opponent's field to do a lot more prolonged attack here. But a hell of a reaction from Seeking. 4 squads. Man,
fighting fire with fire. He needs to watch out, Ed. He might get what?
Flak half-track, though, doing work in the mid, getting rid of those pesky conscripts before they can get into their green cover, which has been wired off briefly. But nope, he's going to build another green cover sandwich here.
Look at this preparation from Isildur. He's ready for his fuel to be taken, in fact. However, the conscripts are just outside the vision there. That is unfortunate. The MG can see it, but he can't defend it. So I was trying to hype up the fact that he was ready, but turns out he wasn't quite ready. Now, Seeking, has he taken a page from Nagano's... Look at that! He's been able to kill it! He pushed the Zis forward, took out the flak, just off camera there, but he got the shots in, and Isildur was caught completely off guard, Ed. He didn't see it happening either. Yeah, everyone caught off there, but the flak half-track did go down before that, and Isildur still won. So I think he just got double-papped by the Zis gun. All it was. It just happened so quickly. Even Isildur didn't react in time.
Such is the flimsiness of the unit. I mean, it only takes 2 shots to kill as opposed to a lot of the allied light vehicles that take 3. So you have to nurture the thing. But he is sucking up the fuel. And he's going to have to crack on and get back on it, because he was playing perfectly well, was Isildur. But if you look at the VPs, Matt, slowly but surely they've crept down
They
150 VPs down of Isildur, so...
I mean, we've got underdog mentality with Seeking, but to be fair to him, he's held the line. That's conscripts for you, just like Ostrupen. They are a force to be reckoned with, even if they're not killing you, because the reinforce cost is so low. Their ability to survive is so good. They're able to get back on the field before you are. And we're seeing a lot of that with Seeking now. He's been able to control the victory points. He's fighting out of his skin for us.
Yeah, and the aggressive nature of double flamethrower strat means you can push a lot more with Soviets in the early game. And now the T-70 finally, at the 10-minute mark, is going to be able to back up the infantry troops. This is a potential warning signs for Isildur, as he will have to do a long holdout until he gets that Schwer up and running.
Well, indeed. Is this going to defend with that barrage and the T-70? No, he knows he's got the T-70 coming. He's going to be fine. Rakettenwerfer, meanwhile, lurking. T-70 has to be ever so careful. And of course, shoe mines. Double flamethrower combat engineers, so shoe mines can't be spotted. Just heard a Faust. I swear I heard a Faust. Did you, Ed?
Yeah, I think it either cancelled or the Patreon thing is hiding it, so I can't quite see. But the I think he cancelled it and just walked off. He also cancelled decapping as well, so very safe play there from Isildur. Could have set up the Raketten with that Faust combo around the blind corner on the T-70, but chooses a safer option there and keeps his squads alive. There's no wipe on retreat path that we might see with other top players. Very safe stuff from Isildur there, and rightly so. Needs his Volks.
Nice mineage coming down from these combat engineers before the stern pioneers can spot them. Meanwhile, conscripts complete their sandbag, making a sandbag wedge on the flag. East side, T-70 is looking for its first kill. Rakettenwerfer does have an angle. Conscripts trying to keep it off kilter. And the T-70 gets out of there regardless. What an attack ground through the hedge. Seeking is on full operation here. He knows he's got all of his TR clan friends watching. He's competing for glory, for pride, for honor, and to go down with a fight right now. Isildur may have one hand on the trophy, but a Seeking has one or two words to say about that.
Oh, it might not even be going down at all. It could be the start of a glorious comeback for Seeking. But yeah, just showing on the VP control, whether it's Soviet south side or I don't know what's out towards it, but yeah, Isildur's definitely struggling on the VP count. But has got his Schwer out, so this will be 60-odd fuel now until the P4 comes out. And I just think he goes into another dimension when that P4's out, Matt. He does. He guides it so well with double Raketten backing it up and an MG. It's a a sight to behold as P4 play.
That double Panzer IV rush earlier was horrendous. It was almost, Ed, it was Deontay Wilder-esque, wasn't it? Seeking was amazing. He was fleet of foot. He was jabbing. He was controlling. And then came the haymaker. Isildur just literally punched him in the face, rolled straight through him. And we've seen that happen to Seeking before, so let's see if Seeking can defend a little bit better this time. This time he has mines at his disposal. For me, mines can be a difference maker, Ed. He's got a lot of them, and his defense may hold up a little bit better this time when Isildur comes knocking.
Yeah, he's maintained a very good munition income, has Seeking, so trip flare mines, normal mines, as well as guards equipped with the DP light machine guns are viable options for Seeking. He doesn't have a sweeper himself though, so T-70's on extra cautious duty at the moment, is using VCON where it can and blinking away from range.
Scavenge doctrine chosen for Isildur. Giving some JLIs should he need them. Probably not, but those infiltration A's are always useful. They are the meta in 1 versus 1 for me. 15 munitions for a fantastic grenade assault ability, especially on retreat. Yeah, Von Aston's in... Go on, Ed, what are you going to say?
So I was just going to say the blind hedges as we hark back to Talisman doing that double infiltration nade over the hedgerows on Famenville. That's also possible to pull them off here on this map of Bocage.
Definitely. Another player that's famous for doing the infiltration nade assault is Von Aston, who's in chat. Through and over the roof of the Famenville Centre House, I remember he got a famous tournament victory with infiltration grenades. So we've got plenty of people with us. Look at this defense. Let's go to tap map, Ed. Look, he's got nearly a triple cap.
Yeah, it's sturdy stuff here from Seeking. It's keeping the VP bleed, but Isildur's weathered that storm, is not going to go for a flak panzer. Instead, going to go for his tried and tested P4. It's going to take a while, potentially 1 to 2 more minutes, but you're still looking at a 16-17 minute P4 as the Raketans start to open up on the T-70.
Troops going north. We've got another Zis gun to form the pack wall. Ed, it's awesome having you casting with me. It is genuinely because you're an equal in terms of we're both mid-ranks. I think you're better than me, by the way, but we're both mid-ranks. We have a good, friendly enjoyment of competitive. But I just feel like I've been watching longer than you, and I'm not going to be a big dick energy swinging around on you. But did you know that pack walls have literally been a thing for like 9 years?
By Meatspin,
Meatspin.com. Don't go there, guys. Don't go there. I don't want to spin you right round, baby, right round. But did you know that pack walls, the double pack, has been a terminology in this community for like 10 years? And it's so amazing to me that now, in Code 2, they've literally joined Code 1, like those old-style veterans, Symbiosis, Siberian Platoon, whatever, 8 years ago. Who cares? Now look at the Code 2 guys. They're literally at the same level of progression and advancement in the competitive scene. That the pack wall, as we used to call it, is the go-to tactic every single competitive game. You always see 2 AT guns. They come in pairs. The Master and the Apprentice. Every single time.
When I started watching with you, it was always double pack into, say, an IS-2 or Command Panther. But now, meta's slightly changed, but still, yeah, like you said, the double pack, the little 20s of AT guns have remained strong and true, and Isildur definitely does like his early double Raketans. And they've just kept the T-70 so honest, and has been able to power creep back into this game and get his P4 out.
It's just a little bit of a slow moment in the mid-game before we wait for those medium tanks to hit, so I'll stay on my parapet. But basically what happened in 2005-06 is some relic devs made the greatest RTS of all time, right? Okay. And the foundation for that was so beautiful and pure and amazing. All these like weapons, the MGs, the infantry, the indirect fire, the AT guns, the tanks, etc., the heavy tanks. Those 6. And it works incredibly well. So even if like the relic devs that follow them make things like Brits with trucks, or, you know, it does not matter, because the community and the balanced teams, etc., they will find that winning formula. It will rise above the bullshit. It may take 8 years in this case, but we now have a classic 10 out of 10 RTS on our hands in Code 2 competitive. Parapet's over, etc. Blessed are the cheesemakers. But
it's good to know, especially with my stubbornness and crazy build orders. I never really get an AT gun within 10 minutes, unless I go at Osti. Yeah, I just hate building them, but yeah, they're definitely needed in high-level play, and especially utilizing double AT guns well. I think Helping Hands does it best, where it keeps them at different angles, can set up ambushes, and yeah, I haven't seen many people utilize his kind of strats with AT guns since. It's always been this, you know, 2 very close together, double pump action power. And that seems to work in this this current meta and patch.
That's a big thing. Lovenest and I are going to make some YouTube videos in the coming weeks on the different styles of competitive players. He thinks the same as me. There's different styles. Of course, Helping Hands uses no tac map. He's a prepared position player, and he's a beast with support weapons. But you know, he has weaknesses in other areas. So be on the lookout for that in the future, guys. It's going to be an interesting little video analysis.
Yeah, Seeking gets his own tripfire mine shot by the P4.
Panzer IV's in peril there, Red. It had a bit of a pirouette, and that means it could get 18-aided. Can he roar into vision? Oh.
Some good patience and poise there from Seeking. Just managing to get his conscripts back under wraps. Could have lost the squad there if he kept going for it, so well played to him there. But also the P4 tried to get a shot map against the conscripts who were on the wrong side of green cover. Could have been a Wipers McGee. Isildur went for it, but no dice on this exchange.
Wipers McGee. I've never heard you say that. That's a new one for me. I'm loving it. Is that new for you as well? Is that?
Yeah, it's my last brain cell. Evac my head.
Well, here he is anyway, guys. Made with aggregate steel, made of Stalin's very own chest hair. It is the Clement Virashilov heavy tank. When this thing first hit in 1941, the Germans had no counter, and here it is again with the Raketenwerfer wimpishly barricading its frontal armour. And it backs away. For God's sake, KV1. I was on a tirade then. Infiltration aid on the Zisgun. Misses. And A's hype is momentarily derailed.
You did it on purpose, Matt, just to spite you. I deride your hyping abilities. Such a Bob would say. But Triple Cap now going back in the form of Isildur's command, so yeah, he's weathered that early Soviet storm, which is a weird way round. Normally it's OKW putting all the pressure on early game. But this is a KV1, not a KV8, which is, I feel, it's a lot better against OKW is the KV8 Flame variant. But Seeking will try and make the most of what he can do. There's no AA half track after taking that out, so his skill planes will do full damage.
And this is going to be a classic game. This is going to go on forever. And it doesn't mean that because games usually go on forever. Sometimes we see some aggressive, incredible destruction. Seeking, I believe, annihilated Ashablar in 8 minutes on this map last weekend. It may have been Ashablar. Yeah, it was Ashablar. But it doesn't necessarily mean that this game's going to go that way. This has got 40-minute onslaught written all over it, as Seeking puts up an incredible defense against that dominant tyrant of the tournament scene. The guy that is just overwhelming everybody.
Well, suddenly it's not a walk in the park in this game 3 though. Seeking's done fantastically well. Hasn't called in any guards, instead goes for the Katusha, so Stalin's organs, let's go. Gonna get some indirect hype, and that might put Isildur's little rickety Rakettans under a lot of pressure.
Big shout out to the balance team out in Force, Sanders and Mirage Floor. We did see a Mortar and Love Nest game 2 yesterday, by the way, Mirage Floor, if you saw that. Rakettenwerfer said this is bigger. He could fire on the T-70 twice here. He's still in the vision of 2, but the attack rounds miss quite horrendously.
Yeah. Yeah, aggravating Rakettans doing what they do best for Isildur there. But a lot of VPs have been chunked away with Seeking. Just needs to stay steady, remain calm, and not do the big chungus throwers that we saw in game 1, because he had that game under control as well.
Oh, here it is. Talking of the Stalin Ugin, we do indeed have the Katusha. This guy that's driving straight into a bunker needs to pass his driving test, but does not matter, because he has the ability to unleash a volley of devastation at a moment's whim. As this infantry goes forward, they are spotting, they are scouting. Let's see what Seeking can see as he seeks the annihilation of Isildur's army.
I love those handbrake turns from the Katusha there. Tractor with swag. But yeah, can definitely unleash a hell of a volley. Both Rakettans are hidden at the moment, as you can see in the top right, with the little camouflage indicator. They both have Vet 1.
Oh, Panzer IV's in peril. KV's going in here. He could get the finishing blow. Can the Zis track? Rakettans were the hidden tiger, and they strike. Zis attacks and misses barely.
3 attack rounds there. 2 from the Ziz.
On target on these Rakettans. They're in peril. Where's the overshot with those rockets? Gets them and annihilates all the crew members. Where's the follow-up? Can the Clement Virashilov finish the job? Here it comes. It's got 2 targets. Misses on the first approach. Does that have infantry backup? Yes, it does. Seeking smells blood. The comeback kid is wanting to make a name for himself here.
Yeah, doesn't want to get too edgy though with it. Just needs to calm out, spread his forces out, take the map, and continue on, because there's a Panther in the build. He might not be aware of it, but ooh, calls in the skill planes though on the retreat path of the OKW units. Just about survives with one of the Rakettan crews.
Oh, Sturmovix! Oh my lord, those flying tanks came in like the Eagles. The Eagles are coming, Master Baggins, as they do indeed come.
But you see, Seeking's troops here, all a bit 6s and 7s here at the moment. AT guns pointing the wrong way. This could be a perfect platform for Isildur to springboard off the ropes and catch his opponent with a great counter here.
Flak mode initiated as the half-track annihilates everything before it. Vet 2 T-70 cowers in fear away from the bigger tank, the Panzer IV, but the Zisguns are repositioning. This is a big counter-assault here. The KV-1's in peril. Isildur counter-punches. Panzer IV pushed away. Do we see an 18-8 possibly? Panthers trying to find the rear armor of the KV-1. Ziskun's line up their shots and plink away harmlessly from that frontal sloped glacis armor.
Yeah, a bit of a rush of blood to the head, I think, for Seeking. Just pushed all his units up towards the base of the opponent, but a mine changing the whole dimensions.
Rear armor showing it! He's doing a helping hands, oh my! Zis is still engaged, by the way. One goes down, yes, but he's got a 6-man Zis remaining. Panzer IV's got a lot of health, though. He needs his conscript army to return. They're all in base. He suffered heavy casualties out there, and the KV-1 goes down. Can the Zis make up for it? Can the Ura and Ziskun help out? One big shot and an AT grenade. Can he get the vengeance? We got the Katusha firing on all these weaponry. What a game we're watching. So much death, so much destruction, so much senseless devastation. This is Company of Heroes at its very finest.
B4 goes down. The Kettenkreuz somehow survive, and the Sternpile on one model. Oh, hanging on by the skin of his teeth. To see how much it's flashing red in the top right-hand corner for Isildur. Mass retreat there, but did pick up the KV-1 and decrewed the Zisgun crew as well. So, oh, six is it's all crazy here as well at the moment, Matt. I can't tell who the hell's going to win it, but great comeback there from Isildur. A bit lazy on the P4 though, retreating it out, allowed it to get snared and taken down. But you can't blame him. It's all flying off the handle at the moment.
I feel like Dr. Hannibal Lecter after he carves that man's face off and listens to the orchestral music. You know what I mean? Just
PG
there,
imagery by AE.
blood all over my chest, waving my hands as a conductor. It just feels like, oh my, the adrenaline spiked, and now we're left with the carcasses and remains of a fallen army or two. Another KV-1 in the build.
The next step, yeah, and KV-1, as he's saying, sorry to interrupt, in the build, but look at the fuel of Isildur. He's quite a way off another P4 at the moment, especially in terms of manpower as well. So I think Seeking just comes out a bit on top of that engagement there, keeping the VP pressure on as well.
Got a lot of people in chat that are, of course, veteran players themselves. Von Aston says it's over. Seeking got the better of that. Has Isildur spent his offensive capabilities in that push? Did he go too hard all in? Did he miscalculate, or did Seeking simply defend to victory? Let's wait and see. Either way, he's certainly got a material advantage, I would say, with the KV-1 as Ed points out, and also a victory point advantage, the win condition of Company of Heroes.
Yeah, and we saw the impact of that mine, Matt. That's only possible because the Sternpiles didn't have their sweeper up there in control with the P4 push, so a rare misplay there from Isildur during his big all-in, but he definitely needed to do it and push the envelope with the Panther. Got a bit lucky and got the pens he needed on the KV-1, but another bigger brother has replaced it, and a triple cap, just showing the ebb and flow of these VPs control. Triple cap now goes back the way of Isildur.
People are saying this map looks like ass. It certainly didn't look like it when the game started, that's for certain. It looked beautiful. It's now Scorched Earth in the very sense of the word, as the Katusha rains more hellfire down upon that MG34. 128 victory points remain. We've got pressure applied in the north, but the MG is ready, and the Vet 5 French Grenadiers are too. Meanwhile, we've got a 4-man con capping in the south. KV-1 launches an affray in the centre, and another Sturmovik is ready for the Seeking guy.
Yeah, brilliant little micro play there from Isildur. He's getting flamethrowered on his Volks squads whilst getting Katusha on his retreat path, but just did some little sidestep and messing his opponent around a bit before he retreated, so to make sure he didn't get wiped on retreat. It's a cute little play there from the 2v2 champ, and now it seems 1v1 champ if he can close out this best of 5 series. And a good experience from dealing with a lot of indirect fire, I'm sure, from the 2v2 world.
Ostwind in the build for Isildur. A little bit of flak panzer action. It's a good unit on maps not like this one, Ed. It needs these big hedgerows to survive, to allow it to operate. Right now, it's going to do what? Protect the north victory point? Be part of an all-in insane assault? It's got to be the latter, surely, because an Ostwind, what else is it going to do?
One would hope, but I don't know with Isildur. I think he saw the big all-in push and might be regretting it a bit of how it pulled off. It's not the most comfortable all-out attacking player, although he is on his relatively famed KW. But yeah, Flak Panzer, let's see what it can do when it gets vetted up. Hell of a rate of fire, and really good against the support crews if it gets around the backhand side. So,
shotgun Katusha ready. This could be obliterating. Won't have time to react. This folks going to get a squad here. Vet 5. Perhaps. Come on, Seeking. Don't make a mockery.
Guys, just gonna move aside. Let me show you how it's done. But yeah, danger close there for Isidore. But the Panther could just rush in and one-pop it as well. You've always got to be mindful of that.
And he's left himself exposed here. Look at all these units facing the wrong way. What an angle found by Isildur. But there's a mine to the rescue yet again. Katusha's ready. Ziskun's firing. Panther thinks better of it. And here come those Sturmoviks.
Those Sturmoviks are going to halt any other backup for Isildur's units as the Flak Panzer leaving as soon as it joined, like an Irish exit bar. But oh well.
Here it comes, Katusha, point blank range on this low health. Raquette and Verfa needs to retreat, but won't in time, most likely. Second salvo misses just about.
Good scattered the Katusha has, and it fires for so long, but not quite enough to clip there. But the Raquette and crew down eventually due to the Sturmoviks. So job done there for Seeking on that front, and just needs to grab these VPs and hold on.
We're entering the end game for this this incredible gaming community. What I mean by that is we're getting to the point where the players are playing like this. They're positioning their MG to protect for a possible flank. They respect each other that much, and that's incredible to see. I'm really loving it. Matt, big thanks to the patrons that have funded all of these tournaments and all of you in chat right now, because we are seeing the players entering their zenith, and it's fantastic to watch.
Yeah, they're going into overdrive at the moment. The half an hour mark passes. Panther hellishly low, got a damaged engine. See if there's any follow-up for it against Isildur's prized unit at the moment.
There's that level 300 tactic for you. So what anybody would do in this situation is keep lapping that ability of the Zis. So fair, so balanced, so lovely.
It is a field gun and not an AT gun after all in the naming, so...
Alright, Donald Trump's press secretary.
Gets around the loophole of that one, yeah. But the Panther
he did not
survive.
mean what he said on Twitter. I deny that. It's fake news. We actually have evidence of him saying that, madam. I'm not talking to you anymore. We're safe to do Donald Trump jokes now he's gone. Nobody likes him now, surely. Come on. Come on.
Utah stayed red, Dave. Just saying. But as we get into the final stages, it seems, of this game, Volk's Grenadiers, all Vet 5, Matt. It's very rare you get to see a game go this long and this prestigious amount of infantry still alive. All four have survived the onslaught of those said Ziz barrages and the Katusha.
Oh, look at this head! Look at this Katusha! Oh, they're going forward though. Isildur with that game sense though.
There, but yeah, Volks are still going to survive this onslaught.
All that time,
these guns could open up. No, Ziz guns don't. Oh, he had the munis, Matt. He could have done his own Ziz barrage song there on the low HP Volks. Gets away with it though. Utilizes the time to instead.
Oh, here comes the Panther Ed. It's coming for a flank, but the Zis guns are in preparation. Will he body block with the KV-1? No, he won't. KV-1 has the Katusha has to go forward, out of danger here. Meanwhile, we have victory points being held and 43 remaining for Isildur. He's doing damn well up there. One man, Folks Grenadier is forced away in the North. Conscripts hold. Panther in a mighty duel against the KV-1. We need an 18A to help out. A rare penetration from the KV-1 against the frontal armour. Every little help, says the Astra advert, and indeed it does here.
Yeah, but that's the price on the Panther. It's hella expensive though. Double Ziz guns should be able to pick it off. And the KV-1 lives on a sliver map. Just that extra bit of HP. I think that is game now, as Seeking will be able to close out game 3. It's 2-1. It's back on, folks.
GG, well played.
How the people
Live.
can turn.
They can turn very quickly. They can. Twitch chat are a fickle bunch.
Yeah.
Really are.
Isildur God, let's go. Game 3 happens. Seeking God. Who the hell is Isildur?
Oh gosh.
But, no, we're just as fickle, so we love you all. But yeah, whew, what a comeback from Seeking there. It started the rampage, I think, and we're gonna get the same map again though in game 4. So that should give him some confidence. He's taken the game off now, Isildur. He's broken that duck and that mental imperviousness that Seeking may have thought Isildur had in those first 2 games. So yeah, there's a chink in the armor, yeah, Matt, and Seeking's looking to expose it fully.
Yeah. Somebody asked why my camera angles are so bad. In a very unpolite way. It's because 6 games today. I'll sit up straight for you. I'm so sorry, guys.
That's directness coming in hot here.
So sorry for, you know, like slightly slumping in my chair. You know, I've cast like 7 games now, me and Ed have, and you know. Oh gosh, okay, I'll sit up straight. Sorry, mate.
Why are you not
Sorry,
keeping up with the APM gods, Matt? But yeah, it's hard to catch everything on screen for you, but normally we'd be able to catch it verbally if not. But yeah, such is the chaos of that match, though, folks. You can give Matt a little bit of a breather there.
Big shout out to another colossal nugget. I won't say the first word that comes before nugget. He said my hair looked terrible 2 weeks ago. So my girlfriend went on YouTube and learned how to cut hair. No, I'm not just saying I've got a girlfriend. You all have to grow up at some point in life. But she learnt to cut hair and she's done a very good job. And I know she's watching Twitch right now. So thank you very much. Yes, it does look good. And it did take 3 hours and 20 minutes. But YouTube tutorials to the rescue. Put on the helmet.
There we go. We make do. It's like Blitz London. We've got to survive any old how. I think I've got some clippers, man. I just need to get it done and go.
Look at your back of your mullet. You got a mullet right now.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'm going like full 1980s Undertaker before he was the Undertaker. I just look like some backyard wrestler.
You're mean, Mark.
I don't know what to do because it's like, it's all or nothing, isn't it? Like I can't really cut hair, so I'm just gonna have to go Full Metal Jacket style, just shave it all off. Maybe we'll do it on stream for you once, Matt. Who knows?
Hey, mean Mark Callis of NWA. His finishing move was the heart punch. He came to Vince McMahon and he was originally, get this, he was originally meant to be the turkey from within the egg at Survivor Series 1991.
I remember that egg
He was meant to be the gobbledygooker. And Vince was like, listen, bud, how about you be a dead man? So now we have 20 years. He retired last year, bless him, but 20 years or 30 years rather of The Undertaker. The Undertaker!
Bit more fearsome than the Eggman. If you're a Beatles fan, maybe that's just as important. But...
Oh, guys, you know, you got to like your traditional, old school professional wrestling. I don't follow it anymore, but 20 years at least, it was really cool, wasn't it?
Someone wants my hat, yeah, I could send it off. It's just, I don't know, I got a whole little collection going. Did a Finnish Independence Day tournament and got a nice little Finnish cap. But Matt, this is not just all. You can unpin it and bring them down like the little cool. Flappy ears.
Little flappy ears,
yeah. It's nice. Like two in one. And then got some Ushankas lying around or USET caps. But yeah, strong. I like to keep a strong hat game just in case, especially when you got like rocking this absolute bushwhacker hair at the moment that I am during lockdown. So every little helps.
Oh gosh, I am blapped. So a lot of times I've ended up getting a skinhead, Mr. F said. Yeah, I get that.
I did that last, well, what is it now? A few months ago, and it's just left my hair since then. So I've gone from full skinhead to like mass hair now. But I do believe if I ring home with a skinhead again, I don't know if my mum could take it.
So what are you into? A World War II strategy?
I was crying last time. It's like, what did you do?
So you're into World War II and you've got a skinhead. That's what your family are thinking.
Talking in German accents.
They're just going to be testing you. They're going to go, Seek! and see what you say, you know.
Master League, what does that really mean?
It's a
Closely
master
associated
spreadsheet
to-
that collects the data. It's nothing about racial purity. It's about a master copy spreadsheet, dude. Why do you keep
yourself that, man.
suggesting that? I was
We
so
all know the
annoyed though
truth.
when you and your brother said, "Why is it Master League? Does that not sound racist, bro?" I was like, "No, it's the master copy spreadsheet. It collects the data, bro."
When Matt is picking the jelly beans out of the pack and telling me to bite the curve, I think that's when I'm going to call it for co-caster with him. But until then, we'll just ride the hype train
Oh gosh.
and enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah.
Ah.
We've still got games on though, Matt. Don't worry. Don't have to go full left field crazy turkey mode just yet. Got game 4 coming up, folks. Isildur against Seeking. Seeking just coming off the back of a great win against the top boy from Britain. And the winner, Matt, you promised this, so I hope it is delivered. We'll have to interview, so yeah, it should be good.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be fun.
Whether it's today or another day, it doesn't really matter, or however immediate it is. But it would be great, wouldn't it, to hear from the winner, for the peeps.
Got a lot of people in chat right now. It's a big old viewership out there. 900 viewers we hit during our peak of that game. So credit to you. Got people like Bao Liang, who are currently streaming as well. 15 viewers. Nice to be supported. Helping Hands, who's currently streaming Hitman 3. Nice. Do you know what I've been playing, Ed?
Stuff.
Mario Galaxy. Super Mario
full?
Galaxy is mega. And I
What's
just
that on?
say...
N64? Have you got like
no,
an emulator?
mate, I've got a Switch. Got a Switch.
Oh, Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I forgot about
Just promise me this, dudes. If all you can play on PC like me is Company Heroes, I can't bring myself. Whenever I get to my PC, I'm like, oh, what cool game have I got in my Steam library? Company Heroes. Company Heroes. But
Yeah,
Switch
I
is
keep
great
slipping
because
back
it's
to it
handheld.
always, yeah.
You can't get to sleep at night. I'll just play one level of Mario, and it's just so chill. It's Mario's jumping up and down, little Goomba or whatever. And
No
mate,
squad wipes, no APM required. Yeah.
yeah, no
You
like.
need a good Brain AFK game. That was
Correct,
you used to
yeah.
rip me, but that was my Brain AFK game, was Battle Brothers. It was beautiful.
Yes. You need
Just
Brain
to
AFK.
sit there with the music on and go full medieval for a couple of hours. And yeah, I do miss like that. That was pure RNG, you know, just everything is a percentage chance to hit. At least you see the numbers. But yeah, Kotu masks it very well and has that immersion. And it does have that RNG to it. That's why a lot of people, I think, play it over, say, other competitors like Age of Empires, where there's no RNG. And yeah, it can create great moments like that last game where it's all chaos is breaking loose in the mid.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Seeking held on very well there. I'm intrigued to see how game 4 and 5 go. I do need a bit of a potty break though, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm
and a drink,
desperate. Yeah.
So,
Let's have a bit of a 5 minutes, dudes. We'll be back in 5. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
cheers.